Do you ever wake up in the morning, the house quiet around you, and feel a weight settle in your chest? A stillness that's more than just peace. Maybe a touch of loneliness, or the daunting feeling of a long, unstructured day stretching ahead. It's a feeling many experience, especially when living alone after 70. The vibrant routines of family life or a busy career might be behind you, and the quiet can sometimes feel deafening. It's a painful reality that this quiet, while offering freedom, can also erode our mental sharpness and sense of purpose if we're not careful. It's easy for the days to blend together, for motivation to wane, and for the world to feel a little further away. But what if there was something simple, something you could do right at the start of your day, that could act as an anchor, a secret weapon against that drift, something that brightens the outlook, sharpens the mind, and builds resilience, day after day? In this video, we're going to explore not just one, but several simple, powerful things you can build into your morning right after you wake up. Things that are specifically designed to keep your mind strong and engaged when you're navigating life independently. These aren't complicated rituals. They're accessible, everyday actions that can make a profound difference. Watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you with its impact. Let's dive right into the first of these powerful morning anchors. It might sound incredibly simple, maybe even obvious, but the act of establishing a consistent morning structure, starting the moment your feet hit the floor, is profoundly important for mental strength when living alone. When there's no one else in the house relying on your schedule, it's easy for the boundaries between night and day, rest and activity, to blur. You might find yourself staying in pajamas longer, delaying getting properly ready, or letting the morning tasks slide. While a relaxed morning sounds appealing, a complete lack of structure can lead to a feeling of aimlessness, which over time can impact your mood, motivation, and cognitive function. The first step, the foundational anchor, is simply this: get up at roughly the same time each day and follow a specific, albeit simple, sequence of actions. This isn't about being rigid or stressed, but about creating a familiar, comforting rhythm that signals to your brain that the day has begun with purpose. Think about it this way: your brain loves predictability and order. When you provide that through a consistent morning routine, even a short one, you reduce the cognitive load of figuring out what to do next. This frees up mental energy for more important things later in the day. It sets a positive precedent. One key part of this initial structure is how you present yourself and your immediate environment. Something as seemingly small as making your bed can have a disproportionately large positive impact. It's an immediate accomplishment right at the start of the day. You've taken action. You've created order in a small part of your world. This signals productivity and control, counteracting any feelings of inertia or being overwhelmed by the day ahead. Admiral William H. McRaven, a retired U.S. Navy SEAL, famously spoke about this simple act, saying it would give you a small sense of pride and encourage you to do another task, and another. By the end of the day, that one task completed has turned into many tasks completed. For someone living alone, this early sense of accomplishment is crucial. It's proof that you are capable, that you can shape your environment, and that the day can be one of action, no matter how small. It's about starting with a win. Another vital part of this foundational structure is getting dressed fully, not just staying in nightwear or loungewear all day. Again, this might sound trivial, but it's a psychological signal. Getting dressed is a transition. It moves you from the state of rest to the state of being ready to engage with the day. It respects yourself and the day ahead. It maintains a sense of normalcy and readiness. Imagine if you needed to pop out unexpectedly or someone called to visit. Being properly dressed eliminates a potential barrier or feeling of being caught unprepared. More importantly, it influences how you feel about yourself. There's a concept called enclothed cognition, which suggests that the clothes you wear can influence your psychological states. Putting on day clothes helps you step into a day mindset. It helps you feel more alert, more capable, and more ready to interact with the world. Even if that interaction is just with your own home, It's about maintaining a sense of identity and dignity, reinforcing that you are ready to face whatever the day holds. So, the first powerful anchor is establishing this basic, consistent morning structure, waking around the same time, and following a short, predictable sequence that includes things like making the bed and getting properly dressed. It's not about rushing or complexity. It's about creating a reliable beginning that grounds you and signals to your brain that a purposeful day is starting. This simple framework provides a container for everything else you do in the morning. It combats that formless feeling that can creep in when you're living alone and sets a positive tone before any potential challenges arise. It's a gentle assertion of control over your time and your environment. It's the first step in building that mental resilience we talked about, laying the groundwork for a strong, independent day. By consciously creating this structure, you're actively choosing not to let the day simply happen to you, but to begin it on your terms, with a sense of accomplishment and readiness. This consistent start becomes a quiet ritual, a personal ceremony that marks the beginning of your active hours. It's about creating a sense of purpose from the very first moments, ensuring that you don't just drift into the day, but step into it with intention. This foundational step, seemingly small, is a mighty one in the context of maintaining mental strength when living alone. It's the quiet discipline that supports everything else. Without this basic structure, other positive habits can feel less impactful or harder to maintain consistently. It's the frame upon which you can hang the rest of your mentally strengthening morning activities. It prepares you psychologically and physically for what's to come, reducing the initial inertia that can be a significant hurdle. It's about harnessing the power of routine to create a sense of stability and control, which are vital for mental well-being. This predictable start reduces decision fatigue early on. You don't have to think about if you should get dressed or if you should make the bed. It's just part of the flow. This preserved mental energy is valuable for tackling more complex thoughts or activities later. It's a quiet declaration that you are present and ready, building on that crucial first step of establishing a simple, consistent structure right from waking. The next powerful morning anchor is bringing a sense of calm and presence into those initial moments. When you live alone, it's easy for your thoughts to race ahead, worrying about the day, dwelling on the past, or feeling anxious about the quiet. This is where incorporating a mindful moment, however brief, can be incredibly beneficial for mental strength. This isn't about complicated meditation, unless you want it to be. It's simply about pausing, breathing, and connecting with the present moment before the day's demands or distractions take hold. It could be as simple as sitting quietly for 5 minutes with your cup of tea or coffee, not scrolling through a phone or reading the paper, but just being. Noticing the warmth of the mug in your hands, the smell of the drink, the feeling of the chair beneath you, the sounds around you. This practice, even for a short duration, helps to gently quiet the internal chatter. It creates a space between you and your thoughts, allowing you to observe them without being immediately swept away by them. For someone living alone, this can be a powerful antidote to feelings of being overwhelmed or isolated by one's own thoughts. It's a way of centering yourself before engaging with the outside world or even the tasks within your home. It reduces morning anxiety and promotes a sense of inner peace, setting a calm tone for the rest of the day. You are essentially training your brain to find stillness and focus, skills that are invaluable for maintaining mental clarity and emotional balance. Think of it as hitting a gentle reset button for your mind before you fully launch into the day. Another way to incorporate this mindful element is through simple, conscious breathing exercises. You don't need to contort yourself into any particular position, just sitting comfortably. Perhaps after you've made your bed and are dressed, close your eyes or soften your gaze. Gently bring your attention to your breath. Don't try to change it, just notice it. Feel the air entering your nostrils, the rise and fall of your chest or abdomen, the air leaving your body. If your mind wanders, which it will. Just gently guide your attention back to the breath without judgment. Doing this for even 2 or 3 minutes can shift your state from one of hurriedness or anxiety to one of calm presence. It's a tool you can use anytime you feel overwhelmed. But starting the day with it builds that resilience. It's like strengthening a muscle. The more you practice being present and calm, the easier it becomes to return to that state when needed. For someone living alone, this self-soothing practice is particularly potent because you are your primary source of emotional regulation. Learning to use your breath to calm your nervous system is a fundamental skill for maintaining mental strength and independence. This quiet time can also be used for gentle reflection or setting an intention for the day. Again, this isn't about lengthy, deep contemplation unless you feel drawn to it. It could be simply thinking of one thing you are grateful for, or one small, positive thing you hope to accomplish today, or simply the intention to approach the day with kindness towards yourself. This positive focus, right at the start, counters any tendency towards negative rumination that can sometimes accompany solitude. It shifts your perspective from what might be lacking to what is present and possible. For someone living alone, cultivating this internal positivity is essential. You are responsible for generating your own sense of optimism and purpose. These few minutes of quiet reflection or gentle breathing are not a luxury. They are a vital investment in your mental well-being. They lay the foundation for a day lived with more presence, less anxiety, and greater mental clarity. They are a personal sanctuary in the morning, a space where you can connect with yourself before the external world. Even if that world is just the day's tasks within your home, begins to demand your attention. It's about starting from a place of calm strength rather than reactivity. This mindful moment, following the establishment of a basic structure, provides the inner grounding necessary for navigating the day independently. It prepares your mind to be more focused, more adaptable, and less susceptible to negative thought spirals. It's a quiet act of self-care that pays dividends throughout the day, making the experience of living alone feel less like isolation and more like peaceful solitude. It's creating an internal anchor of peace and presence that you can return to throughout the day. A reminder that you have the capacity to manage your own state of mind, regardless of external circumstances. This morning practice builds a powerful inner resilience, making you less vulnerable to the mental challenges that can sometimes arise when living alone. It's a testament to the fact that you have the power to shape your internal experience, starting with the very first moments of your day. Now, with a bit of structure in place and the mind gently brought into a state of calm presence, the next crucial element for maintaining mental strength when living alone is engaging both your body and your mind. These two are deeply connected, and neglecting one can impact the other. Let's start with gentle physical movement. You might think exercise is just for physical health, but it has profound benefits for mental well-being, especially as we age and particularly when living alone. Even a few minutes of gentle movement in the morning can wake up your body, increase blood flow to the brain, and release endorphins, which are natural mood boosters. This isn't about hitting the gym or going for a strenuous run unless that's already your routine and you enjoy it. It's about simple, accessible movement that feels good. This could be gentle stretching in your living room. Reach for the sky. Touch your toes or as close as you can get. Gently rotate your neck and shoulders. Pay attention to how your body feels as it wakes up. Or perhaps a short walk around your garden. Or even just around the inside of your home for 5 to 10 minutes. The key is consistency and choosing something you feel able to do. The benefits are manifold. It reduces stiffness, improves circulation, and provides a gentle energy boost without relying on stimulants. Mentally, this movement helps to shake off any lingering grogginess or inertia. It signals vitality and capability for someone living alone, where opportunities for incidental movement might be fewer. Consciously incorporating even this small amount of activity is vital. It prevents stagnation. both physically and mentally. It reminds your brain and body that you are active and capable. It's an investment in your physical health that pays significant dividends in your mental and emotional state. That feeling of your body moving freely, even slightly, can be incredibly grounding and uplifting. It's a form of self-care that nourishes both your physical form and your mental resilience. Following this gentle physical awakening, it's equally important to engage your mind actively. Solitude can sometimes lead to mental passivity if we're not intentional about seeking engagement. The morning is an excellent time to give your brain a gentle workout. This doesn't mean tackling complex problems or starting stressful tasks. It could be something enjoyable and stimulating, like working on a crossword puzzle or a Sudoku. These activities engage your logical thinking and problem-solving skills, helping to keep your mind sharp and agile. Or perhaps spending 15-20 minutes reading a chapter of a book, or listening to an interesting podcast or radio program. Learning something new, following a narrative, or engaging with ideas outside of your immediate experience is incredibly beneficial for cognitive health. These forms of mental engagement are particularly important when living alone because they provide internal stimulation. They reduce reliance on external interaction for mental activity. They keep your curiosity alive and give you something interesting to think about or even share later if you do connect with someone. It's about actively cultivating your intellectual life. It could also be spending time on a hobby that requires focus, like knitting, painting, or playing a musical instrument. If that fits into your morning, the important thing is that it's an activity that requires your focused attention and is mentally stimulating in a way that is enjoyable for you. This consistent morning mental engagement helps to maintain cognitive function, improve memory, and keep your brain active and healthy. It prevents the mind from becoming stagnant or dwelling solely on internal worries. Combining these two aspects, gentle physical movement and cognitive engagement, creates a powerful synergy in your morning routine. You've started with structure and calm, and now you are adding energy and mental activation. This holistic approach addresses both the physical and mental aspects of well-being, which are inextricably linked. The movement helps clear the cobwebs, making it easier to focus on the mental task. The mental task provides a sense of accomplishment and interest, which can motivate further physical activity later. For someone living alone, this combination is vital for maintaining a robust sense of vitality and intellectual curiosity. It ensures that your mornings are not just about passing time, but about actively investing in your health and happiness. These are not just habits. They are acts of self-preservation and self-enhancement. They are about actively choosing to live fully and independently, ensuring that solitude is a source of peace and freedom, not decline or loneliness. By incorporating gentle movement and mental stimulation, you are creating a dynamic, engaging start to your day that counters the potential pitfalls of living alone and actively promotes a strong, resilient mind. It's about keeping the spark alive, maintaining your connection to the world of ideas and activities, and ensuring that your mind remains your vibrant companion. Following the physical movement and mental engagement. Another cornerstone habit for maintaining mental strength when living alone after 70 is purposeful social connection. Now, you might think, but I live alone. How do I do that every morning? It's true that daily face-to-face interaction might not be possible, but the key here is purposeful connection. And in today's world, that doesn't have to mean physical presence. Loneliness and isolation are significant challenges for mental well-being, and they can be more pronounced when living independently. Actively counteracting this is crucial. This morning connection doesn't need to be long or complicated. It could be a scheduled short phone call with a friend or family member. Agree to chat for 10-15 minutes each morning at a set time. This provides a predictable point of connection, something to look forward to. Sharing a quick update, talking about your morning routine, or just hearing a friendly voice can make an enormous difference to how you feel. It breaks the silence and reminds you that you are part of a larger community. Even if you are physically separate at that moment, It provides external validation and a sense of being cared for and connected. For someone living alone, having this regular check-in, however brief, can be a lifeline. It combats the feeling of being invisible or forgotten. If phone calls aren't feasible every day, consider sending a morning text message or email to a few different people on different days. Just a simple, "Good morning, hope you have a lovely day," or "Thinking of you," can maintain those bonds with minimal effort. Receiving a reply provides that small but significant human interaction. Another option is joining online groups or forums focused on your interests: gardening, reading, history, whatever you enjoy. Spending a few minutes in the morning reading posts or even contributing can provide a sense of community and shared interest. There are also online platforms specifically designed for seniors to connect. Exploring these options can open up new avenues for daily interaction. The key is making this connection a deliberate part of your morning, rather than something that happens by chance. It's about actively reaching out and maintaining those social muscles. Even if you are introverted, some level of regular human connection is vital for mental health. It provides perspective, emotional support, and a sense of belonging. For someone living alone, cultivating these connections intentionally is a powerful strategy against the creeping feelings of isolation that can erode mental strength. It's about nourishing your need for belonging and interaction, ensuring that independence doesn't equate to disconnection. This morning ritual of reaching out, however small the gesture, is a proactive step in building and maintaining your social network, which is a critical component of overall well-being as we age. It's a reminder that you are not alone in the world, even if you are alone in your house. This consistent connection adds warmth and vitality to your mornings and carries that positive feeling throughout the day. It's about bridging the physical distance with intentional communication and maintaining those vital human bonds that enrich our lives. Finally, let's touch on fueling your body and mind for the day ahead. A nutritious breakfast and proper hydration. It's easy when living alone to let meals slide or become repetitive and less nutritious. However, what you consume in the morning has a direct impact on your energy levels, mood, and cognitive function throughout the day. A balanced breakfast provides the brain with the glucose it needs to function optimally. Skipping breakfast or eating something high in sugar can lead to energy crashes and difficulty concentrating later on. Focus on incorporating complex carbohydrates for sustained energy, protein to help you feel full and support muscle health, and healthy fats, particularly omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential for brain health. This could look like porridge with berries and nuts, scrambled eggs with wholemeal toast, or Greek yogurt with fruit. It doesn't need to be elaborate, but it should be nourishing. Equally important is hydration. We often wake up slightly dehydrated after the night. Drinking a glass of water upon waking, even before your tea or coffee, is a simple yet effective way to rehydrate your body and brain. Dehydration can lead to fatigue, headaches, and difficulty concentrating, all things that can negatively impact your mental state. Keeping a glass of water by your bedside or making it the first thing you do when you get to the kitchen are easy ways to build this habit. Proper hydration supports cognitive function, helps regulate mood, and contributes to overall physical comfort, which in turn supports mental well-being. When you're feeling physically uncomfortable or sluggish due to poor nutrition or dehydration, it's much harder to feel mentally sharp and positive. Making the effort to prepare and eat a nutritious breakfast and ensuring you are well hydrated are acts of self-care that directly support your mental strength. It's about giving your body and brain the fuel they need to tackle the day. For someone living alone, it's also about maintaining a routine around meals, preventing the tendency to graze on unhealthy snacks or skip meals altogether. It provides structure to your morning and ensures you're starting the day from a place of physical nourishment. This isn't just about avoiding hunger. It's about optimizing your physical state to support your mental resilience and capacity. When your body is well fueled and hydrated, Your mind is clearer. Your mood is more stable. And you feel more capable of engaging with the day ahead. These seemingly simple habits, eating a good breakfast and drinking enough water, are foundational to feeling your best physically, which in turn empowers you mentally, especially when you are the primary manager of your own health and well-being. So, we've talked about creating that initial structure, finding a moment of calm, getting the body gently moving, engaging the mind, making those important social connections, and fueling up properly. These small morning actions we've explored, actions like establishing a consistent start to your day, consciously finding a few minutes of peace, gently moving your body, engaging your mind with something interesting, reaching out for a brief chat, and nourishing yourself with a good breakfast and water. They aren't just things to do. They're anchors. They are deliberate choices you make every morning to build and maintain your mental strength when living alone. Remember, making small changes can truly make a big difference to your health and happiness. You don't need to implement all of these at once, or perfectly every single day. Start with one or two that resonate most with you and build from there. Be kind to yourself on the days it doesn't go exactly as planned. The goal isn't perfection, but consistency and intentionality. These habits are about actively choosing to engage with life, to nurture your mind and body, and to stay connected, even when your circumstances mean you spend a lot of time by yourself. Living alone after 70 can be a time of great freedom and peace. And by building these simple, powerful habits into your morning, you are ensuring it is also a time of continued mental vitality and resilience. Which of these habits resonates most with you? Or which one do you think you might try incorporating into your morning? I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Sharing your journey might just inspire someone else. If you found this video helpful and encouraging, please give it a thumbs up, as that helps more people see it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content on living your best life at every age. Thank you for watching. And remember, you have the power to make each day a positive and mentally strong one. Live your best life at every age.